3-year-old Emilie grabbed and poked a dead bat from the tree. A few particles of the blood landed on his hands, and like most toddlers do, he put his fingers in his mouth. Soon afterward, the little boy grew agonizingly ill. He developed a very high fever and a sore throat. He couldn't stop vomiting. His stools was black and runny. His pregnant mother took him to his grandmother's house. And Emilie grew sicker, and his sweat, vomit, blood and feces distributed his germs to all of his caretakers. Within a few days, he bled internally and went into septic shock. His internal organs shut down, and then he died. Emilie's family followed the sacred burial custom of washing, touching and kissing the child's corpse in the hope that they're giving off a good send-off. The improper burial, they believed, would cause Emilie's spirit to bring harm and illness to the family. But harm and illness visited them anyways. Emilie's body was full of the killer Ebola virus, and a corpse carrying an even more massive viral load than a living person. Emilie's 3-year-old sister, his pregnant mother, and his grandmother all died within a matter of days. More dominoes began to fall. The virus's incubation period of a few weeks, in which symptoms lie dormant, was long enough to allow it to spread to anyone who touched Emilie's family members. Within a month, hospitals in the area began reporting clusters of a disease that looked a lot like cholera, malaria or fever, although the Ebola virus was no stranger to the West Africa. To cut the story short, within a few months this did spread outside of Africa, landed up in US as well. This book, it's called The End of Epidemics, and it's by this author called Dr. Jonathan Quick. It was written in 2018, and he highlights the lessons from Ebola, AIDS and Zika, and how we as humanity need to come together to make sure that the last epidemic in 2018 was probably the last one, which clearly isn't the case right now. So he highlights the 7 steps which countries could take across the world in order to make sure that pandemics of this nature do not arise. And he talks about how even $1 per person in contribution across the world could have resulted in just stopping the epidemic. But well, clearly we didn't do that, right? The point though that he mentions is how Ebola, AIDS and Zika epidemics have much to teach us in the ways viruses travel across countries and continents. And this, combined with human lassitude, denial and ignorance, can unleash hell on an unprepared world. Very poignant to our times. While we cannot necessarily go back in time, I do recommend you pick up this book. This is definitely something you might learn a bit from. The End of Epidemics, like I said, by Dr. Jonathan D. Quick, The Looming Threat to Humanity and How to Stop It. I hope you guys are safe and sound. Stay put, stay safe. Thank you guys.